I think we're going to live in a world where there are going to be hundreds of millions and billions of different AI agents, eventually probably more AI agents than there are people in the world. A business can basically, a few taps, stand up an AI agent for themselves that can do customer support, sales, communicate with all their people, all their customers. I think that every business in the future, just like they have an email address and a website and a social media presence today, I think every business is going to have an AI agent that their customers can talk to in the future.
2 weeks ago, I was invited to teach AI agents to 10-year-old students by an education company at Tunbridge School, UK. My name is Edwin, and if I can make 10-year-olds understand this technology, I can definitely help you understand it and implement it for your business. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I taught those kids, but apply to more business settings. First, I'll break down what AI agents actually are using my kid-friendly framework. Then I'll show you a live demo using simple tools that require zero coding experience. And finally, how you can get started immediately. Now, if you're new to this channel, let me quickly share why I'm qualified to teach you about AI agents. My name is Edwin Shan, and I'm an Oxford graduate in Maths and Deep Learning. And as of Christmas last year, I started my own AI agency, Legacy AI, where we've worked with 20 different small to medium enterprises in implementing AI systems ranging from travel agencies to restaurants to education companies. We're also Voiceflow certified experts, which is a low-code platform for building AI agents. So everything I teach you today is the basics of how we help actual businesses implement AI systems and see actual results. So let's dive in. AI agents. So the way I like to explain AI agents is using analogies. And guess what? A good analogy is the human body. So just imagine you as a human is like an AI agent. Imagine a case where you are walking around the park and you see a butterfly and you decide to take a photo of the butterfly because it's quite pretty. That whole action can be very, very similar to how an AI agent actually functions. Let me explain. So any AI agents will have usually 4 components. There's the input, right, which is what goes into the AI agent. Think of it as a human like you and me. We all have eyes. When we walk in the park, we see a butterfly, right? But when you see a butterfly, you recognize it's a butterfly. But in order to recognize it's a butterfly, you have to be able to see it. Your eyes is basically your input to perceive your environment. Similar to how you were able to see a butterfly with your own eyes, an AI agent takes an input from its environment through something called user message or user prompt. So typically when you go to ChatGPT and say, write me an essay, write me an email, that's the user's input to the AI agent. Now, the second thing the AI agent needs to have is the brain. Right, and the brain, they have different components. Think of it literally like a human brain. When your eyes see a butterfly, back to the human analogy, right? When your eyes see a butterfly, your brain will try to process it, right? And just like the human brain, in the AI agent case, it will be a large language model like GPT, GPT-5, GPT-4, Gemini, Claude, you name it. These models will be your brain of the AI agent that process the inputs from your human, right? And inside the brain, you also have something called memory. Now, the reason why you know when your eyes see a butterfly, you know it's a butterfly, is because you've seen one before, right? It's stored somewhere in your memory. From your memory, you recall that, that looks like a butterfly I've seen before. Therefore, it goes to your brain, and your brain was like, oh, actually, yeah, I have seen this before. It is a butterfly. Let me process that, right? That's actually how AI agent works as well. Usually, you will also have a memory, which is connected to usually a database, right? Like a Postgres database. You don't have to know what that means. It's just a database that stores memory, a place to store memories, right? And usually, why you want to use this memory is because in a lot of use cases, you actually don't want to be just question, answer. For example, what's the capital of France? It will output Paris. And then you ask it another question. What's the weather like in London today? It asks another question, right? You don't actually want to do that just for that. A lot of the use cases like, chatbots, voice agents, etc., like conversational use cases, you actually want it to retain memory. So if I ask, what's the weather like in France, the agent will be able to remember I asked about the weather in France. And when I ask the next question, let's say, what's the best places to visit? The agent should be able to use its memory, because it's remember what I said about France. It should automatically know that I'm asking the best places to visit in France, right? Just like how, back to the analogy where you remember what butterfly is, it remembers what I said about France. So that's why memory is useful in an AI agent. The last thing is instructions, which usually is a system prompt. Now, this could get a little bit confusing, so let me explain. Instructions is kind of what you instruct the AI on how to think and who it's trying to act as. Imagine back to the butterfly analogy where when you're a kid, you probably get taught by teacher or your parents what a butterfly is, right? So they teach you for the first time when you were a children that, hey, this thing that's flying, that is a butterfly. Someone instructs you these relationships and makes you enforce it in your memory, in the human brain. So later, when you do see a butterfly, you recognize it as butterfly, right? Similar to an AI agent where that instruction, that teacher, comes from something called the system prompt. So the system prompt is how you want the AI to actually think or act. So as an example, you are a renowned poet, or you are an expert email writer, right? So what the AI agent should act as, like a role setting, some sort of task that it should be able to confirm, etc. Note, do not confuse about system prompt and the user prompt, because the user prompt is what the AI should do, like based on what the human asks it to do, write me an email. Whereas the system prompt is how the AI should act. You are an expert email writer, right? It's two different things. The instruction is part of the brain. The user prompt is part of the input, right? Then you've got the output, which is, that is a butterfly, right? Which is quite self-explanatory. It's part component. In a ChatGPT use case, is what the messages outputted by the ChatGPT response, right? That will be the output. Now, there's one thing that is really important as well in an AI agent use case, which are tools. Now, think about back to the butterfly analogy that we have. When we see a butterfly, we think it's pretty. We decided to use our hands, right, to take a picture, right? Our hands and our camera in this case are tools. We recognize that it's really pretty, so we decided it's worth actually taking a photo of it with our camera. So these are really good analogies of tools. In AI agents, you can literally connect your AI agent to different tools that you want. An example would be email. It could be connected to your email, to your Gmail account, and the agent should be able to write an email on your behalf, like to your Gmail account. The second tool could be a CRM of your business, right? It is able to connect to your CRM as a tool calling, and the AI agent should be able to retrieve the leads that are sitting in your CRM as reference, and as an example, use the tool it has, which is an write email to write an email for you, right? So that's what an agent does, because an agent, if you think about even real estate agent, is acting on behalf of you, right? So now the agent is acting on behalf of you to do tasks such as writing emails, right? That's how I would explain kind of AI agents on a very, very fundamental level. There's so many tools out there that doesn't require you how to code in order to build AI agents. Examples like nan.com, which I've covered a bit of it in this channel. But the most tool that I like to work with is Voiceflow, which is a conversational tool that allows you to build this conversational agents without writing how to code. And it looks like this, right? In the instructions, which you remember, is the system prompt, which you've got this, right? It's the system prompt right here. And which you got is the system prompt right here. And this is just the instructions, right? The model, again, which is the brain, is allow you to choose GPT, Claude, etc. Tools, which I just explained, send an email, retrieve information from a Google Sheet or CRM, right? These are the actions the agent is able to take. That's what it actually looks like from a Voiceflow interface. Now, let me actually show you how to build one within Voiceflow very quickly and what it actually looks like within this local tool. Now, Voiceflow, if you didn't know, is a conversational platform that allows you to build this AI agent without code. And you're able to write some prompts, you're able to orchestrate it using a kind of drag and drop interface, a very visual UI, and it will do also hosting for you without worrying about, where do I host it? It will do all the hosting for you. And if you're new to this channel, I've made a 2-hour tutorial on how you can get started building agents with Voiceflow. You can check out the link in the description, and also to the end of the video, we will show you the link. If you use my partner link, you can also get 1,000 bonus credits on your Voiceflow account, which is around $100 of platform fees, which you can save. So if you use my referral fee, sign up to Voiceflow, you can get these free credits for yourself. And by the way, if you think it's too overwhelming, you just don't have the time to build it, or you just don't have the technical capability to build it, me and my team are more than happy to help building these conversational projects. We have been helping 20 different small business enterprises building exactly these conversational projects. So you can use the link in the comment and the description to book a call with me and my team, and we can have a look and try to help solve your problems. Now, back to Voiceflow, right? We're Voiceflow, and we're kind of imagining a use case where we have a demo CRM. Now, normally it would be HubSpot or Salesforce, but for simplicity, let's say it's Google Sheets for now. Let's say you are a software company and you have different names of different customers, you have emails, and you have their subscription status. Some of them is expired, some of them is active, right? What you want to do is, let's say you're a member of the team and you just want to automatically send a reminder email for people who are expired today, right? That their subscription has expired. So how you could do that is you can build an internal agent for your teammate, an email agent, essentially. Let's actually take a look at how it works. The first thing you want to do is you want to drag the agent node into the canvas, and you want to click on New Agent. This is where you can write the instructions, aka the system prompt, if you remember from earlier. Now, I've gone ahead and already do that, so let me kind of just have a look what a prompt actually looks like. The first thing of the prompt is you should have a persona and an objective. You're an automated subscription renewal assistant. Your primary goal is to improve customer retention by ensuring users are aware of their expired subscriptions. You're diligent, precise, and operate with a helpful and professional tone. And you should have a step-by-step workflow on how the agent should work at. So step 1, ask the question they need help with. Step 2, if a user send reminder emails, scan the user database, access the main user database, right? And then you want to filter the expired subscriptions and use the get sheet tool, which is a tool that we have, right, etc. So this is a step-by-step on how you should behave. And you should also tell the agents its environments, right? Just like if you're human, you're able to know that, okay, I have my eyes, my ears, my hands, right, to perceive my environment. The agent needs instructions about what tools it has to interact with its environment it has. So as an example, it has get sheet tool, which is use this tool to share the spreadsheets for all records that match specific conditions. In our case, all members that have their subscription expired. Send email, use this tool to dispatch the renewal notification. This is the tool that actually send a reminder email that they should renew their subscription. Now, the way that you can add tools in Voiceflow is really simple. You don't need to click on this add tool, click on integration MCP, click on the tools that you want. For example, as I mentioned earlier, you can select HubSpot, you can create a lead, create a ticket, create a contact within HubSpot, or you can go to Salesforce if it's a CRM they use. You can add comment to your case, update case, create lead, create content, etc. Right? You just need to connect to your CRM. But for our case, let's just go with Google Sheets. And for Google Sheets, it's a get sheets tool. So what this tool actually does is it retrieves all the information within a Google Sheet. In our case, which is this member worksheets. And I'll just say put in the description so the LM knows what this tool actually does, which is retrieve the rows at the status column as expired. For the spreadsheet URL, you can just connect to your Google account and you can just select your spreadsheet that way. Range agent collect, that means the agent will automatically will know which columns and rows to look for. Right. In this case, it's basically all the columns that has values in it. Right. And this tool will retrieve the status of the member. So it will retrieve, if it's say Edwin, it will say expired. Right. And from there, it will go ahead and use the send email tool, right, which is connected to my Gmail account. So it will say send an email in Gmail to the leads in the Google Sheets that have the status as expired. So it has the input variables to the user's email address, which is you can collect it from the Google Sheets. The agent will do that for you. The subject, right, which is the subscription is ended. The body, which I've kind of specified inside the prompt already. So there's also the knowledge base, which is something that I haven't mentioned. Think of knowledge base as another tool. Just like, when you're doing homework, you're not sure about a specific topic. Let's say you're stuck at a very math topic you haven't seen before. Let's say you're doing calculus. You don't know what that means, right? So what you do is you go to the internet and search what calculus actually is. This is kind of how knowledge base works, is where you kind of provide a textbook of information that the AI has no information about. For example, the AI wouldn't know how much you charge for your software, right? It doesn't have information about your specific business. So this is actually how you would connect a tool for the AI to be able to understand or know your specific business information is through the knowledge base. And the way you do that in Voiceflow is if you click on knowledge base, you click on add data source, plain text, and just put in your information there. I've already gone ahead and do that for the SOP of this specific business. And you can see it's already uploaded within the knowledge base. And now the agent will have access to this knowledge base or this information and be able to retrieve that and answer questions the user might have. So let's actually start. Let's actually test this out. So I'll just click run. You say, hello, what do you need help with, right? So I'll say, I need, please send reminder email. Let's say, actually before that, let's say I'm a team member and I forgot what the SOP or the standard operating procedure is within the company. I forgot what the SOP is for expired subs. As follows. So again, it's retrieving from the knowledge base, right? Would you like me to proceed with sending a reminder emails to users with expired subscriptions? Yes, please. So now it's actually going to head and actually send an email to the expired users, right? Process complete, send 3 now. So you send an email to 1 new user. Let's check this out. So I'll just go to my email address and you can see I just got an email, right? This time, hello, our records indicate that your subscription expired to continue, right? So it just sent an email to my Gmail account, right? So you can see how useful this can be. And if you need any more reminders, send them, right? So yeah, this is kind of a high level overview. In Voiceflow, you can actually see exactly what happened as well. So if we kind of just look at the logs that happened, not the agent, first of all, right? If I just asked, how can you help us subscribe today? It asks me a bunch of questions. And it also say, when I say, please send a reminder email, it activates a tool, Google Sheet spreadsheet connected. So it connects to the Google Sheet, it reads the spreadsheet, it retrieves the name, the email, and the status. It retrieved my name, the email, and the status of all the values within this Google Sheets, right? It extracts them inside Voiceflow as an object. Then, because I said in the prompt, in the instructions to the AI, send an email for all subscriptions that are expired. So now it will use this tool, right, to my email saying your subscription has expired because the status is expired, right? So you can see that it activates the send email to, right? So you can see how the reasoning of the AI works, right? It's actually following the instructions. And that is actually how AI agents actually work. So hopefully this video has given you an overview, a basic understanding of how agents work and how you can build this in Voiceflow. And by the way, a lot of the projects that we do, some of them are custom coded, of course, but some of them are actually just done using Voiceflow, right? Not everything needs to be complicated and needs to be programmed, right? And Voiceflow is a fantastic tool to build these chatbots and voice bots. So, I mean, if you're a business owner and you're curious to explore how AI agents can actually work for your business, again, you're more than welcome to book a free discovery call with me and my team with the link in the comments and the description, like a free consultation call where we can guide you through exactly how we can help you for your business. So yeah, and if you find this kind of content valuable, we do a lot of tutorials, hands-on tutorials, and a lot of educational content around conversational agents. So feel free to subscribe if you want. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.